Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Copeland, and I love helping women over 50 have fun finding love at this time in their life. And yes, you can, whether you're 50, 60, or 70. And today, I want to share with you 8 tips every woman needs to know about men over 50. So don't laugh, but one of my very, very favorite TV shows is Survivor. Yes, I have watched every single season except the very first one. And years ago, there was a season where the game pitted family members against each other by putting them on opposite teams. And I will tell you that it was heart-wrenching to see how much it tore a man apart to watch his wife be in danger in the game and unable to do anything to keep her safe. Now, I want you to really understand how important it is to a man that he makes you feel safe and protected. It really literally is in his DNA coding to do this. Now, growing up, you and I were not taught who men really were and what makes them tick. I know I wasn't, and in the past, I made huge mistakes where I ended up emasculating men like it was my job. I didn't even have an idea that I was doing it. And it's what led me to helping women really understand who men are, especially over 50s men. So that's why I want to share these 8 tips with you about men, because you can use them now in your own dating life and with the other men in your life, whether it's at work, whether it's family or male friends. I know that these tips have made a huge difference in the lives of my clients when it comes to attracting and keeping the right man. It's like magic if you get this. So let's get started, okay? The first tip is, and we don't think about this, but we need to appreciate a man for exactly who he is, a man. Because a lot of times what we do is we are thinking men are just women in men's bodies. Men are not, and they don't think like women and they don't communicate like women. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's just different. Women speak a language that is based on what's best for the community. It's why you like processing dates with your friends. But men are hero oriented. They truly want to step up and make your life easier. So try allowing them. I know for some of my clients, that has been the hardest thing to learn to receive. You're not weak when you let a man give to you. It actually makes you stronger because he wants to step up more for you. And he really does want to take that burden off your shoulders. Now let's talk about tip 2 about men. Men over 50 are very masculine and they love when you bring this trait out in them. Men do not want to compete with you, and that's exactly how they see you when you approach them as an alpha female. For a man, this is like dating another man, and he isn't interested in dating men. The key to learning to coming into your true feminine power is to come from your heart. Your heart is what complements a man's masculine power. And when you do, he will jump hoops to make you happy. The hardest thing for us is we've learned to skip out of our heart and go into our mind when we approach men in real life. Your softness, your femininity is your biggest strength. It is not a weakness. It truly is a strength. And men will react to this in ways that you will be surprised. My clients say it's like magic when a man feels understood. Tip number 3 is men show you love with their actions. You know, Hollywood has really messed with our heads on this one. If you remember the movie Jerry Maguire and you remember Tom Cruise's character, think back to when he professed his love to Renee Zellweger by saying, "You complete me." I think every woman in there thought, "Oh my God, that's the most romantic thing." But real men show you their love by cutting your grass and giving you their coat when you're cold. They want to make you feel safe, protected, and provided for. And if a man's actions don't follow those beautiful words of "you complete me," it's the way that you know you're dating a bad boy, because his actions rarely follow his words. But we as women love those words because they pull us in, because we are all about words. But the way to tell, like I said, if he's a quality man, is follow his actions. See what he does for you. Tip number 4, men want to give to you. I know you've had to do a lot for yourself to be okay after a relationship ended, whether it's through divorce or the passing of a spouse. And it's likely you are used to doing everything you need to do to be okay. And the thing is, though, is if you want a man in your life, you're going to want to learn to receive from him. And you can start learning how to receive again with just the simple gesture of letting a man open the door for you or change a light bulb that you can't reach. It really does make a man happy to please you, and it makes your life easier. All they want in return is to be appreciated and thanked. And if you do this, they'll do anything you want, which leads us to tip number 5. Be careful about criticizing the job a man is doing for you. He's really doing his best. And yes, you may be able to do it better or faster than he can, but don't. It does emasculate him when you come in and you second guess the job he's doing for you. If he's offered to do something for you, allow him to do it his way. Otherwise, the next time you ask for help, he'll tell you go hire a handyman. He really doesn't want the aggravation of not being able to do anything right in your eyes. That's when you train men to stop giving to you. Now, tip number 6, when you're dating an over 50s man, don't place demands on him about what he has to do or how he has to be in order to date you. Men tell me again and again how much they dislike profiles of women who demand nothing less than the best restaurant or a certain salary to date them. Men have had enough demands put on them at work and from their exes. The last thing they want to do is meet yours before you've even met. So a guy friend of mine told me an interesting story about this woman he went out with a couple times, and she was all about the expensive restaurant and how he had to wine and dine her to date her. He did once or twice, and he said, you know what? No, I'm done with this. And they stayed friends over the years. And later on, after she dated a lot of men, she came back and she said, you know what? I made the biggest mistake letting you go. You are such an amazing man. And I didn't have my priorities right. You're a quality man who would have taken me to good restaurants and not so good restaurants too. I wish I had made a different decision back then. So be careful of the demands you make, even though you may want to go to the best restaurant and you might find a man who will take you there. He may not be the highest quality man for you. Number 7, don't try and remodel a man by making him your pet project. Either accept him for who he is or let him go and move on. And number 8, a lot of men over 50 are pretty insecure when it comes to asking you out. They've been rejected time and time again by so many women. And men aren't so quick about putting themselves into a vulnerable position unless they feel safe to do it. So if you like a man, encourage him with eye contact, a warm smile, or a flirt online to let him know you're interested. Remember, men weren't given a dating rule book with their divorce papers, just like you weren't. So be kind to men and understand that as scared as you feel about dating, They are too. So I love sharing tips with you about dating over 50. And I hope you're going out and using what you're learning in your own dating life. I know, though, that sometimes tips aren't enough and you need support personalized to what's happening in your dating life. And if this is you, I would love to help you. We can set up a time to talk about what's happening and how we can get you to where you want to be. All you have to do is click the link below in the description, and I'll send you the details for how we can connect. All right, just to inspire you, I want to leave you with this testimony I received from my client, Angela. I'm dating an amazing man, Lisa. Just a note to say thank you. Your teaching had a profound effect on the way I dated over the last 2 years. I've used your advice in countless interactions with men, and I met by text and in person many different men. Some were nice and some not so nice. I dated one potential partner for 6 months until, thanks to what I learned from you, I finally realized that we were not matched in 3 important areas. Now dating an amazing man, and we are the same age and activity level. We match intellectually, emotionally, and physically. And we're taking this relationship very slowly, building what I believe could be, maybe hope is, a long-term committed relationship. Thank you for your help, guidance, and support as I commit to the effort of meeting my guy. So I hope that inspires you. I hope you subscribe, like this video so more people see it. And if there are topics that you want to know more about, I hope that you will post in the comments below, because I want to make sure you're getting what you need to help you find the right man in your 50s, 60s, or 70s. So believing in you. Until next time, take care.